Okay, for this next step, what we're going to do is create another action inside FlowXO to broadcast this information out as a HTTP request. Create a webhook within Zapier to catch that information, and then digest all this information together so we can return it into a Slack channel to see what everyone's working on. So first step, go down, we're going to add another action to this flow. It's going to be down here in the webhook and HTTP menu and make a request. This is going to be a post request and the content type is going to be JSON. Now in the top bar here we're going to need a request URL, so head over to Zapier, go up to make a zap. Now we will want to Google webhook by Zapier. The trigger event is going to be to catch a hook. Press continue. Now we're going to want to copy this webhook URL and go back over to FlowXO and post it in this request URL box here. So grab this custom webhook URL from Zapier and then paste it into this request URL field here. And that's it. Press next, press save. Now we're going to want to test it. Go down, press continue. If you press test and continue, now it's going to wait and see if it can receive a webhook. So back into Slack, let's go through the bot again. Bot, another bot, nope. Cool. If all's working rightly, that information should be on a Google Sheet, and now it should have found some information in a second. Finding data, great. Open this back up and then we can see the information it's caught. So it's caught hook A, drop it down. Great, now let's pull out our answers in all the fields that we want. Perfect. Next step will be to compile this information that we've got through our hook and digest it into something which we can then post into a Slack channel. So the next app we're going to connect here is going to be Digest by Zapier, one of the other built-in apps. And the action is going to be append an entry and schedule a digest. Press continue. Title is going to be anything you want. I'm just going to call it daily stand-up. Then the message goes into the Slack channel. I'm going to put stand-up complete. Here is the can't spell, compile info. Now head over to the insert field button on the right hand side. And then we're going to want to compile the information. So it's going to be the user first name, then it's going to be the the first question followed by the first answer. I've made this difficult for myself by not naming the questions or answers. My answers are down here. Past answer 1. Okay, past answer 1. Question 2. Past answer 2. Question 3. And the last last past answer. Okay. So, thinking about it, actually, as this is a new entry, what we're going to do is just delete this, because we don't want that for every single entry. And we're going to do these lines here, which are going to break up people's answers, as remember they're going to append the different ones together. Frequency, daily, time of day, we're going to do it at 10 AM and not on weekends. Okay. Now what this will do is it will collect all the answers. So between 9 and 10, hopefully that gives everybody an hour to reply to the stand-up message, and then append each of the answers onto the end of each other. So you have a daily stand-up. Yeah, this is going to be one single entry that you see in front of you here, and then it's going to have our question and answers. We'll press a test and continue. We're going to get a test through to Zapier. Press done, and then our last part of this Zap is going to be to send this data Customers Digest. Okay. Before I head on, I just wanted to show you one thing that I've just remembered, is you can set a threshold to this. So let's say you only want to receive a stand-up if you've got like a minimum number of entries, let's say 2, then you don't want just to reply to yourself. So if you're the only one replying, we can just wait until there's 2 and then release it. But also we've got the timer, so release it at 10 AM anyway, and only if there's more than 2. Press continue. Okay. Now for this one, we're going to move to Slack, and we're going to now send the message into the channel. Again, connect your Slack account. Pick your channel, and then it's going to be stand up complete. Here is the digest. Here is the digest. Okay. Again, over to insert a field, and then it's going to be the current digest in there. Okay. Send as a bot, yes. Bot name, MakerPad bot. Just going to name it the same as the bot that we've got installed on there, so it's the same one, but it's actually 2. Include as link to Zap. No. Okay, and now that is done. If you wanted to broadcast it, yeah, you can broadcast it. Maybe if it's in the general channel, don't. If you've got a lot of members, but if it's in a small team channel, then fine. Press continue. Let's give it a test, and then hopefully we'll get a reply into the channel. Test and continue. Moment of truth, head over into Slack, into our Slack bot tutorial channel. Great, so now we have our test, where we have our MakerPad bot from Zapier asking the question at 9 AM about the stand-up. We then reply to the MakerPad bot with our answers, and then once the stand-up is complete, then our bot will reply with all our answers in a digested form, so you can see everybody's answers all together and see what everyone's doing. Hope this was useful, and there's a bunch of other stuff that you can do with FlowXO in terms of customization, information recall, I'll do a more in-depth tutorial just on FlowXO itself, but hopefully this stand-up bot is useful and so you can consider. And as a bonus, maybe I'll create something where you can actually record some information. So let me know how you get on. If there's any blockers, make sure you reach out and send me a message. I'm at Tom Osborne inside of the Make a Pad Slack channel. I'm always available during respectable office hours, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Bye.